Alrighty, everybody, welcome to another episode of I Never Met a Stranger I Didn't Like. And you can tell this room looks a little familiar. We were out here a couple weeks ago, and we're over here at SafeNet Services. And you guys might recognize some of these faces if you're watching the video here. Some pretty awesome people, not going to lie. I'm a little nervous to be in front of all of them. But guys, why don't we go ahead and go around the table? Let's introduce ourselves so that we can let everybody know who we got out here. You want to go ahead and start us off?
Yeah. I'm Callie Schmidt. I own a floral wedding company. I'm on the SafeNet board. Super passionate about SafeNet. My team name is going to be Summit Siblings.
Summit Siblings.
Yeah, I'm going to be hiking with my brother.
Your brother's going, right? All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for us?
I am Ryan Burns, and I am the board chair, and I don't know what my team name is, but I am also really excited to do this hike.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Thad Reimer, third generation Claremore. No, super proud and to be from here. So, work for Bank First here in town as a commercial lender. And been involved with SafeNet kind of indirectly as part of the auction team that's been doing the part of the fundraising for several years now. So found another great opportunity to hop in. So
Awesome.
We're excited.
All right, next.
Sure, I'll jump in there. Matt Ballard, I'm the district attorney for Rogers, Mays, and Craig County. I'm from Claremore, graduated high school here, and ended up coming back with my family. We do a lot of work with SafeNet at the DA's office, deal with a lot of the same people, and so we have a great relationship with SafeNet, and then my wife is a former SafeNet board member, was very active with the organization. So,
Awesome.
And I'm just here today because Jody told me to
Just
be.
Jody
So
Jody
I
said
figured that was enough, and that's all I needed to know.
Jody did tell me, she said, you may get a response. I said, because Jody told me. That was our first one. She wasn't wrong.
Yeah, one of my board members, whenever people ask him, that's what he always says. He says, I'm here because Jody told me I needed to be here. And I'm like, all right, I didn't know I had that much pull. Cool.
Well, and of course we got Ms. Jody.
Yeah. So I'm Jody Moore. I'm the executive director of SafeNet. Been here for 3.5 years almost after Donna retired. So super excited to do this climb.
It's climb. So we keep saying climb and we're doing this, but nobody knows what's going on yet. So this is very exciting news. This is a special podcast, kind of getting to know everybody here and kind of figure out what we're doing. Jody, tell us what kind of fundraiser are you doing here?
So we have decided that we're going to climb a mountain. So this group here, and then we have a few others that will be coming with us. We will be traveling to Colorado in August to climb Mount Elbert, which is over 14,000 feet.
Oof.
Yeah.
Just a little mountain.
just a little bit of climb. The air's really thin up there. So what happened is we are funded by VOCA, which is Victims of Crime Fund. And over the years, it's been drastically decreasing. We're anticipating another 40% cut this year.
Oh.
Yeah. And so that is about $130,000.
Golly.
That program funds 6 of my full-time staff members, my counseling staff, my case manager, my empowerment educator, one of our court advocates. Actually, our lead court advocate is funded by that position as well. And so we just had to really start thinking outside of the box. Another agency that's certified, so there's over 30 certified domestic violence agencies across the state of Oklahoma. We had one of the other directors come out and have a discussion with us, and one of the things that she said, so they had done a peer-to-peer fundraiser a few years ago, and they had a lot of success. So they repeated it the next year, and it was something that was pretty outlandish. She went on like a 160-mile hike, a backpack trip, and I was like, I need a shower before then. I can't do that. I can't do 10 days in the woods.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can do one, which I can now. I did it.
You did it.
I did it. Yeah, last weekend. So what she said is she looked at Colby, my development director, and said, you need to get Jody to do something crazy. And I was like, I'm in. That's fine. Let's do it. And I was like, what does that look like? So we were sitting there she left about an hour later. I said, Colby, I'm climbing a mountain. And she's like, okay. And so then, I don't know, within the next hour or so, I called Ryan, my board chair. I said, how do you feel about climbing a mountain? And she said, okay. She said, I don't know how you talking me into this stuff. And so here we are. And then I guess along the way, I've kind of roped some others in.
We were just at one of our little gathering events, and they were talking about it, and I was like, don't ask me to do it. And then when I got home, I was like talking about it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna do it. So then I messaged Jody like, hey, actually, I'm in. Like, put me down. She was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. She recently had hip surgery, so I was like,
Oh, yeah.
make sure that you're okay.
I'm good to go. I'm good to
Yeah,
go.
for
She
sure.
got, hey, I'm as good as new.
Yeah, it is new.
So she's probably the only one that didn't get the side eye and a little bit of pressure to join the climb.
Yeah, Jody's like, are you sure your hip's good? I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, I told Jody whenever she said, I was like, oh, I'd love to do that, but my knees don't handle that stuff very well anymore. I don't think I would make it. You guys be carrying me out of there.
Yeah.
I don't hardly ever have any weekends off. And so I said, well, let me check. And I had the first 2 weekends in August. I was like, meant to be.
Meant to be.
Yeah, meant to be.
Absolutely. And so part of that is each person that is climbing the mountain, they've agreed to raise $14,000 each to help bridge that gap.
Yeah.
And so we have, 8 committed climbers right now that have actually committed to climb and fundraise. And so that is shortening that $130,000 gap. So hopefully we can exceed that and
Of course, yeah.
and just make up what we will be lacking due to that cut.
Yeah, that is a big gap there that could be hard to fill. So, like, you guys are talking, you're like, this is a small mountain, little mountain. I mean, compared to some mountains, it is.
It's not
but
Mount
like,
Everest.
That's it's not Everest, but still,
might
it's
feel
a
like
mountain.
it is.
Yeah, you might feel like it is. And like you said, the thin air up there and everything. Like, are you guys ready to do that? Have you guys been training to do that? Like,
Absolutely. So I said that I was going to sing all the way up the mountain.
every guy's just looking at that real big. They might be thinking in mind.
Can me and Ryan have a little meeting?
You're fired.
I mean, that's a lot of work. That's going to be hard. And like you said, the air's been up there. I remember I lived up in Idaho, and I was right on a mountain range there. And we went up to the mountain, me and my brother, and we were on the top, and we ran up this tiny hill up there. And just that small hill, like, we were on the ground, like, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to die. Like, how am I going to get my oxygen up here? Like, that's hard. So is that, how do you guys kind of prepare for that?
Good question. This
Well-
is. I thought maybe you were joking about the mountain climbing thing.
He's like, what are we doing?
You were serious about that? I'm just now hearing this for the first time. I thought this was a
Lots of
fundraising deal.
research. We're doing lots
Lots
of
of
research.
research?
We do have the park ranger's number. He might regret that he gave it to us.
I said, hey, can I have your number? I'm probably going to call you back.
So,
Just in case.
I mean, we can hike and that'll get us tough, but we will go down and acclimate before, get used to being there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be definitely something hard to do.
So
Take
the
our time.
plan is we're going to leave on August 1st and drive to Colorado to our spot. Then we will stay the next 2 days to get acclimated about 10,000 feet up. And then from there, we'll summit on the 4th, and then we will come back after. I mean, we're going to probably stay the night,
Yeah,
because
Hopefully all of
We'll
us.
crawl. We'll crawl into
Yeah.
our tents, wishing
Yeah.
we were crawling into our beds.
skip singing. I'm going to be so excited.
Do it.
Jody's already going for it. She's like,
Do
you
it.
guys get ready.
I'll be your
So-
biggest cheerleader.
Fired up.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I say, like, well, just like any kind of mountain climb, Everest and stuff, they have to go those certain levels and acclimate and go on because that really, I mean, it's a lot more than just losing oxygen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Your body it needs to acclimate to it, things like that. Yeah. So that's gonna be hard. So,
Like elevation sickness is a thing.
Yeah, elevation
Yeah.
sickness,
I know
definitely.
some people that climb mountains a lot, and so I have a friend, and her husband used to do it all the time, and she was like, he can't do it anymore because of elevation sickness. Every time he gets up there, he gets sick. So it's definitely a thing.
mhm.
I mean, not to mention it's cold there still, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, in June, July, they'll still have snow up there
Yeah.
and stuff, you know, sometimes. So
Yeah.
hopefully in August, we're going to be in the clear.
I've had it snow on me in the middle of July when I was up in the mountains up there. So yeah, it happens. So you don't know what you're going to run into, all kinds of weather, that kind of stuff. So you got to be
Yeah,
prepared for that as well.
mountain weather's a real thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have to start early enough that
Mhm.
you have reached the summit and you're back down in the tree line by mid-afternoon because it does thunderstorm up there almost every day.
They,
Really?
yeah, they
And
said
above the tree line is
Yeah.
not the place
You
to
don't
be with
want to
lightning.
be
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a little closer to
Yeah.
those clouds than you would be down there, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what the park ranger told me. They said you probably want to get up and start at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So you can be back below the tree line by noon. So we're gonna.
Matt's over here just kind of thinking. I can
Yeah,
see.
no,
He's like,
I
what?
am.
He's like, wait a second, 4
Wait
a.m.
a second,
too?
you're
Like,
climbing
what
the
are we
mountain
doing?
4 a.m. Yeah. You didn't lead with any of that. I would say. I think that was glossed over somewhere.
Yeah.
Sign something
It's
that
in the
said
fine
this?
print.
It's gonna be a good time though, y'all.
Yeah.
Good time.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, for
Yeah, I
sure.
think you led with that. Like, I've got something you want to do. It's going to be a great time. We're going to
Like
have
we're
so
gonna
much
have a
fun.
campfire. I'm bringing food.
Yeah,
And
I'm in. Like,
My
all
brother's,
right.
my
What is
brother's
it?
cooking our meals. He's like champion cooker. Like we're gonna eat good, but also
See.
we're gonna get up at 4 a.m. and Heiko, we might
Yeah.
be fast. So we don't have to start right
Back up. You said what?
Yeah, definitely.
Come on in. Yeah. So let's kind of talk about like each of you guys can kind of go and talk about what kind of like how do you guys kind of relate to SafeNet and services and like how like let me get the word out of here. What does it mean to you doing this climb for SafeNet? There we go. That's what I'm trying to get out of there. There we go. Huh? Don't be jump at it. It's all right.
For me,
That's a hard
Go
oh,
ahead.
no, please.
I personally have seen the good that it does,
Mhm.
you know, and I think it's so important. And I just think that we need to fill that gap so that we can still offer what we offer.
Yeah.
You know, like we're a safe place and we have all of these wonderful people that
Definitely.
need to work here. You know, like they offer so much. And I think doing this is going to add to the fact that we can keep them people.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
like we need them.
'Cause that
They're
is very-
needed here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very, very important because everything they do here is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's job here is so important.
Yeah.
Hmm. And the services
It
that are
is.
provided.
Everything we offer is so important.
Because without the people, it's hard to provide the
It
services.
is.
And having seen, firsthand
Yeah.
several friends that have benefited from
Yeah.
this service,
Yeah.
that's what drives the
Yeah.
commitment to the community, to this resource, to the service, to SafeNet. That's my motivator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was just given the opportunity to be a little more involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more
Yeah.
involved. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Matt?
Well, it's such a challenge. I mean, what frustrates me is seeing. I mean, these VOCA funding sources. I mean, my office utilizes them. I see so many sources
Yeah.
that work with victims. I mean, it's a great service that we're able to do, and SafeNet uses those funds so well. And so it's so frustrating to see it, taken away.
Yeah.
When that actually means something.
Yeah.
I mean, it means like we're impacting lives. We're
Yeah.
helping people. And we're able to demonstrate that, and to see that go away.
Yeah.
And so that's why, I joke about the climbing the mountain portion of it, but whenever Jody, it came to me, I mean, it means something that, okay, I can help,
Yeah.
take some of the sting out of that. When those funds aren't available, that, we can step up, and the community can step up.
Yeah.
And I think that's key, is showing that SafeNet matters, the services matter, the people they help, those people matter, and it's putting your money where your mouth is.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
definitely.
say that all I want, but
Yeah.
then I can go raise money and climb a mountain and
Yeah, you really
do
do.
something for it.
Because I'm sure you do see a lot of this with your position. You see how
Absolutely,
all that
yeah.
stuff on the back end that a lot of us we don't even see either because of what
We
your
do.
job is. Yeah.
We do so much work with the same people that SafeNet
Yeah.
helps, and we see them on the court side. I mean, in our courtroom, working with our people, and we're proud
Definitely.
of that work. But SafeNet's on the ground; they're front line.
Yeah.
They're there when the services are most needed, and I've seen that personally, and it's really meaningful. So that's what makes this meaningful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah, I share Matt's frustration because working with SafeNet, I get to see how well the money is spent.
Yeah.
Jody stretches a dollar in just phenomenal ways, and the staff picks up so much of the stuff that they shouldn't have to, but
Yeah.
they do it anyway because they really care about the mission. And so the cuts are frustrating for me
Yeah.
as well, and that's kind of what motivates me
Yeah.
to be involved in this and just help in the way that I can.
Definitely. We had another guest sneak in on us here. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
Jasmine Bays. I met Jody through her yoga classes and that sort of thing. I know that we have some mutual love of hiking, that sort of thing. And I do know about the SafeNet Services and think that it is really valuable. And I know that just as an individual, you know, you're always looking for a way to be purposeful and
Yeah.
to be, you know, helpful in the community and that sort of thing. So I just think it's really a great opportunity to do something that I love and benefit, you know,
Yeah.
the community all at the same time.
You get to have some fun while you're doing some good.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with that too. I
Yeah.
like mountains.
I like that. Tell you, yeah. I mean,
So it's not all bad. You
Yeah,
get
it's
to go
not
to
all bad.
Colorado, right?
yeah.
There's some great symbolism here.
Yeah.
You really
It really is.
you chose
Absolutely.
a very meaningful event. I mean, and I'm sure that wasn't by chance.
No,
So-
it sure wasn't. So that's kind of one of the things that I talked about in my bio. It talks a lot about the similarities of what a victim goes through on their journey to becoming a survivor.
Yeah.
There is a lot of uphill battles that they go through, up mountain battles. You know, sometimes it feels like they're drowning or suffocating just because there's so much, it's so heavy. They leave, and what they leave with, a lot of times they come here with just nothing but what they're wearing or the clothes on their back. So they just have things in a backpack. So we'll have our packs for the day to climb up the mountain, you
Yeah.
know, and so we're not going to be loaded down with tons of stuff. We're
Yeah.
not bringing a wagon up there with us, you know.
chuck wagon
and it's
up there.
not, and it's not going
No
to be
wagons.
comfortable. Yeah, it's not going to be comfortable. And
Yeah.
so just the crossover between what it looks like to climb a mountain and what it looks like is not even comparable.
No.
You know, I can't even say that this is
Yeah.
going to be even comparable, but there is a little symbolism that's behind that
Definitely.
as well.
Definitely, yeah. I've had friends that have used the services here whenever they were in need, and it is very important for so many around here because, like I said, you don't know where to go, you don't know how to get out of that situation, and whenever it's right there, you got somebody that's backing you up, ready to hold your hand and take you through this. It's very important, and when we start to lose those dollars, we start to lose the chance to do that. Yeah. So yeah, that's very, very important that, you know, kind of correlates with that. And what do you guys think is going to be the hardest part of this? Do you think it's going to be the training, the climbing, or the fundraising? What do you think about that?
I don't think any of those three are necessarily easy.
Yeah.
And so the climb is definitely difficult. I
Yeah.
haven't been up there several times and done some hikes myself. You think you can do it until
Yeah.
you get there. How much training is it going to take? You know,
Yeah.
how efficient are you going to be at that altitude? But I think one of the things, you know, having been kind of in the finance industry, raising money is a difficult
Yeah.
thing to do, especially maybe our current economic times.
Yep.
But so is the climb is difficult. So is the people that use this resource. This
Definitely.
journey is difficult. So I think when you approach somebody for money, you're not just asking for money.
Yeah.
You're invested. So if they're not giving it to you, they're giving it to SafeNet.
Yeah.
But the person that's asking me's got some serious skin in the game.
Yeah.
Like I'll probably lose some skin off my knees on those rocks. You know? Yeah.
You're probably going to want to pack an extra pair of socks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, first aid kit, some duct tape.
Yeah. Electrical tape does great for
Yeah.
cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're definitely right. None of that's easy
Yeah.
Right.
at all. I mean, that is a lot of money to raise. And you said in this current time, sometimes people don't have that extra money, but showing that you guys are doing that hard work, the training, actually doing it. I mean, also taking time away from your families. That's a big part of it too, because, you know, yeah, it's a few days, but that's a few days you miss with your families, and that means a lot. That is hard. There's a lot that goes into that. What kind of training things do you think you guys are doing to kind of get ready for that?
We're actually going to hike this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
actually pulled out our calendar and scheduled hikes.
Yep.
Y'all can come with us if you want. Sunday.
There you go.
Turkey Mountain,
Yeah.
noon, if you guys want to go.
Stair climber 5,000.
Stair climber 5,000.
Yeah. Yeah, and just
I
hold a
think
wash
having
rag
a
to your
team-
face and try to breathe through it.
I think having a team is going to be great because we
People at the
can,
gym
you know,
look
like
weird,
the
though.
camaraderie and
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
you know,
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think that's good.
anything as a doing anything as a group is better than to be like I'm gonna do it by myself. You know, you just have other people are going to be in rough shape too.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
do it together.
Yeah, somebody starts to kind of get down, you got that somebody to like, hey, let's
Jody
keep
will
it going,
sing.
keep-
I
Jody
will
will
sing
sing
as
us
Jody's
right
sing.
back into.
And if you're not having it, you'll be getting up to walk away from it.
Then
So,
they'll be
one way or
running
the other, right?
faster.
Yeah.
Like, get away from her.
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
You know, there's a fanny pack that plays music.
Oh.
A lady had one at a marathon and she did sing.
Yeah, very good.
That's an option.
That's
I think breathing is going to be my priority.
Yes, I think, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely a challenge. Last
Oh, yeah.
year, I went and myself and my sisters, we did the Manitou Incline, which is like a mile. So it's like straight up and down almost, you know, it's just ridiculous, like with 2,000 elevation feet gain. But that was hard to breathe.
Yeah.
But we weren't at 14,000 feet. So then a few days later, we took the train up to Pikes Peak, and I got up and I was like, "Whoa, I'm dizzy!"
Yeah.
Like, and so it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I mean, it's something that you have to consider, and we don't have any mountains like that here
Yeah.
to actually train for. So I personally have been doing a lot of intervals or Tabata workouts to help build up my cardiovascular endurance.
Yep.
Been doing a lot of distance rides, so endurance rides, which I do not like. And I've been doing a lot of hiking, yoga, of course. That helps to stretch me out. Backpack trips.
Bring your yoga mat. Jody already
yes.
said we would be doing yoga.
I will be teaching some yoga if you want to join in. It's all optional.
I'm trying to do some
says
math in my
that.
head. Like, how many times up and down Talbert Hill? I think that if I could just work that out, that would
And is
be.
it like 5.8 miles up one way?
I think so.
I think it is.
Yeah.
5.8
Which doesn't
miles.
sound,
Doesn't sound a lot.
you're like,
What's
oh,
the
that's
elevation
nothing.
gain?
But
That's
it's the elevation gain. And
Yeah.
you're like, I seen a little picture of it drawn on a map and I
Yeah.
sent it to Jody. You can like see the walking trail. I'm like, oh yeah.
And the air's super thin.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, put a
We all need to have our cans of oxygen with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a
I've seen
bad
people
idea.
do that.
Yeah.
Just in
Definitely.
case.
It's not a bad idea to pack a couple.
I mean,
And it's light.
It is
I
light.
had a can whenever
I
I
had
did
a can when I was in
it.
Estes Park. I didn't eat it.
Dad's used his in the first 1,000 feet. Now what?
In the parking lot.
Where are we at? No. Yeah, that air's thin. I did a lot of hikes in Yellowstone when I was up there, and there's times that you get to a point where you go, I might have overdone this, and I still have to get all the way back up this. There's one of my favorite spots is in Grand Canyon of Yellowstone there, and it's a staircase bolted to the side of the mountain, and it's 328 steps down. And going down is great. You go right down. And you get down there, you're right there next to the waterfall, you can feel the mist on it, you're like, yeah, okay. And then you start going up. And then you're like, oh my gosh. Because there's no air. The last time I did it, it was when my son was about 2. And I had him on a pack on my back. And I was like, yeah, I got this. It was just me and him. And I had to stop probably 7 or 8 times on the way up going, oh my gosh, I'm going to pass out with my son on my back. Because that was hard. It's a lot to do without being trained and ready for it, because I definitely wasn't that way. What else do we want them to know about this trip that you guys got coming up, this hike, this fundraiser? What kind of other things would you guys? I mean, what are some important? Nobody?
Anything important? No.
Like, what are some ideas? I know we're all like a Jody.
It's like everybody look at the important lady.
Yeah.
Not me, not it. I just think that it's important that people get engaged and involved with this.
Yeah.
Support one or all of us. For our climbers, they don't have to do this. This isn't something that it's not their burden to bear, really.
Yeah.
But honestly, it does take a community to do what we do at SafeNet.
Yeah.
And so they have all volunteered their time, and they're going to talk to their networks and and just help make this a success. And so, you know, I always say that any success that I have in life, it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the people that surround me. And so I'm so grateful to each of you for volunteering your time and your talents and your resources and your people and your things. And so, yeah, I think that just knowing that is huge.
I know you said it's not really their burden, but you know, it's kind of it's all of our burden, really. I mean, this is our community. These are people that are our neighbors, that are, you know, I mean, you don't know where they're at in their life. It could be anybody. And so it is kind of our burden to help these people to do that. I think, I don't know, I'm more empathetic as I get older. And it's, sometimes you need help. And I'm learning that as I get older, I need help sometimes. I can't do everything, especially now. Like I told my friends, we were joking. We're like, when did we become middle aged? You know, like we're getting up there, and what happened? Because we were 16 years old, running around without a care, you know, and here we are. So it really kind of is, you know, a community thing. That it is a burden for all of us. It is something that we need to carry and support. I believe to take that step and to do that to help the people that are needing those kinds of things.
Absolutely.
I mean, across the board.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I think, you know, that's one of the things whenever I was in the application process for SafeNet, like it took, I don't know, 3 or 4 months to hire me. Actually, Tracy was part of that process. And one of the things I was talking to one of my mentors, because about every other day I was like, I'm pulling my application. This is ridiculous. Like, why am I doing this? Like, it's in the middle of a pandemic. Like, have I lost my mind? Like, I'm not doing this. I like where I'm at. It's comfortable. It's cozy here, right? And anyways, he looked at me and he said, Jody, do you think that you're going to be doing it alone? And I was like, well, no, of course not.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I always go back to is like, I'm not doing this alone. You know,
Definitely.
I mean, I have a room full of people that don't have to be here that have committed to do this. I have a whole team here that works so great with the clients and just helps them in all the ways that we possibly can. We have a community that backs us. You know, of course, we talked a little bit about this, you know, we put our needs out there and people show up, you know, and so it's huge. And it's one of my favorite things about the job is just seeing that so many people do support us.
Yeah, I think that's one reason I wanted to start this podcast. We talked about this too, because there are great people. I mean, look at what we have here at this table. You guys are out there not only helping SafeNet, but helping our community, working with our communities, things like that. Like people don't realize how good we have it here and the support that we do have in this community. It's a small one, but like we are band together. Something happens, we're all up in arms, ready to go and help. And I think, you know, like you said, raising the money is not the hard part, but I honestly think that'll probably be the easier part of it, really. And I know that's kind of hard to say, especially financial guy over here, man. You know, he's like, well, I know the numbers, but like, you know, it is. I think that there's enough support in the community that I think that is going to be probably the easiest thing for you guys. So sorry about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Climb 3 mountains.
She's like, I already do that. Yeah.
I would rather climb 3 mountains.
3 mountains, yeah.
Because I think once you put it out there, and you guys all, I'm sure, have great circles around you with friends and family and things like that. That I think that'll probably be the easiest part. But you know, we talked about all the hard stuff and the serious stuff, but there is the fun stuff about it. We were talking before. You get to go buy new equipment. You get to buy new stuff. You get
breaking in boots.
breaking in boots. Yeah, like
On the trip.
You better bring up to it before. We got some hiking poles. I was like, these are great.
Yeah, you
I've
get to-
never
'cause
really needed
there's-
hiking poles.
There's all kinds of fun stuff.
I'm about to go on a 37-mile trip if any of you all want to go with me.
No,
You
no,
can
I'm
break
good on
those
that.
boots in.
I probably have to work.
easy.
Yeah, don't worry.
I really have to work that weekend. Just so you know.
No.
But Jody did figure out she ate some freeze-dried
I
Dinner?
sure did.
Like, do you think this is real food?
Just don't want to eat the silica beads that come
I did
with
not.
it.
I did not.
I've done that, yeah.
You did that.
Yeah, on accident, yeah. Pulled my water, stuck it in the pouch, and they dissolved in there, and I didn't know it till I had already ate it.
Yeah.
Did you get sick or anything, or are you just good?
I don't know if it was the silica beads or the length of the hike, but yeah, I felt a little puny after.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'd say probably the beads.
It
Yeah.
says on there that it's not going to harm you, I guess, if you eat them, but they don't recommend it. But that's the number one on my packet was don't eat the beads.
Right.
I was always told like you're gonna die if you eat
You
those
come
things.
off 16 miles and you're starving. Wasn't reading all the instructions properly.
Okay.
Sort of sounded good.
He was like, I'm gonna use these
I'm really
beads.
hungry, so
Yeah.
I should just eat that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it seems like you guys get along very well, and so that'll be a lot of fun as well to hang out with friends and, I mean, get to experience that journey.
Make some
together.
friends.
Yeah,
Make
or
some
make some new
friends.
friends too. Yeah, because I mean, you're not going to know everybody that's going.
Sure.
and-
Oh, we will know each other by the time we get
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
We're
You'll be
living
very
in a
familiar.
tent,
Yeah.
Yeah.
scatter camping, you know, just.
Are you guys going
Up
to be
close and
stuffed in
personal.
like?
personal.
Yeah, you gonna be stuffed in like the same tents, or are you guys gonna be having?
All need like a.
Say somebody's gonna have like a community tent, like everybody's hanging out in,
Listen,
you guys
if
sit
it
right
comes a
here.
snowstorm,
I said,
I'll cuddle with you, Kelly.
somebody's tent. I ain't going down cold.
I was like, yeah, I'll jump in that one person
I
tent.
told you. If it's snowy, I'm down. I'm getting in somebody else's tent. I don't like
Things
to be
change
cold.
when it gets cold, right? Things change when you're out in the wilderness. You never know what's gonna happen. Well, that's awesome, guys. I mean, I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. I think you got a great group here that's gonna be going. I think that you guys are gonna kill it. I hope the community comes out and really just lifts you guys up and just shows it. Just share everything that you guys post. Do everything that we can do to get it up there, because I really think we can exceed that number. I really do.
too.
I believe in this community. I believe in, it's not just Claremore. It's not just Rogers County either. We've got Mays County, we're helping that we got the office there in Pryor. So
Yep.
we have such an awesome community around here. I think that they're going to support you and lift you up. And it's amazing what you guys are doing. Like I said, I'm not anywhere near in that shape to do that kind of stuff. And I'm amazed that you guys are going to do that. Whenever Jody told me, I was like, yeah, that's going to be a lot. And she's like, oh yeah, we're going to be good. I got people doing it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And which I've never heard of a fundraiser like this, doing something like that, thinking out of the box. I think that, there's some more stuff that can come from that. There's a lot of crazy things that you can do to raise money that just maybe sound silly to other people, but it is something really important. It does correlate, like you said, with some of the struggles that some of these people deal with. And that's like I said, it doesn't really equal to that, but it kind of gives you a little bit of a light into that. And I just hope that everybody makes it great, nobody gets sick, and that you guys just kill it. Because how many days are you going to be out there? So how long is it going to take you guys to do the hike? You think?
So the actual summit is just a 1 day.
One day up,
But
and
we're
then-
going to go
Approximately
back
9
down.
hours, I think is what I said.
9, 10.
So basically a
Says-
Stairmaster
Yes.
for 9
9
So we
hours.
just
Because I'm like, you're saying
Stairmaster
like,
for 10 hours straight with the 50-pound pack on.
And then you
Without
get
being able to breathe.
Yeah.
Hand over your head.
Bandana
and
over
then
your
you
face.
get to turn around and go in the downward motion.
Yeah, which isn't good
You'll
on
be
the
okay
knees.
with
No, it's
We're-
really not.
Poles are important. Poles are important.
I ran a half marathon one time in Turkey Mountain, and I thought that was the worst thing I've ever done.
I mean, Turkey Mountain is a hard hike sometimes.
It's
Depending on
hard.
where you're going, like
It's hard.
it's rough. But like, yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. I want to, I'd love to be able to go out and do some hikes while you guys are training with you guys. I'd love to talk to you
Sure.
more
Yeah.
while we're doing it. I might not be able to go with you guys up there, but I want to go with you guys along
like
the
I'll watch
journey.
ya.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
And that's what we're hoping for the
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
donate is what they donate is makes them feel a part of the
Yeah,
they can
journey.
get
'Cause you
involved.
are a part of
yeah,
it. Yeah.
they can be
Yeah.
involved in making a difference.
They said
you
it's
know,
good.
just by
Yeah.
Spreading the word.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even, like I said, not even, if you don't have the money to donate, spread the word.
Yeah.
Share it with everybody that you see, that you talk to, because that makes you a part of it. You might not be able to go up to the mountain, take off work, or, even physically be able to do it, but you can still be part of this whole thing. Because
Absolutely.
it's not just that.
We are also having a take a hike day as well. So the day that we climb the mountain on the 4th at the Claremore Mountain Bike Trails, we are working with them to do a take a hike day so community members can go out and hike while we're climbing. So
Wow.
kind of
How
drawing
neat.
other people into that. Also promoting the mountain bike trails because that's a great gym that we
Yes.
have here in town. Rory, we sat down with him recently and he was like, yeah, let's do it, whatever we need to do. And
Yeah.
big support. The city of Claremore, of course, is behind it, all of that. So my development team will be here coordinating all of that on the
See,
4th.
that's something more up my alley. I can do that.
Yeah.
You know, I can do that one. But
It'll be real hot here though, because
Yes.
it is
Yeah.
August.
that is
but
true. Hopefully by August we've kind of somewhat got acclimated to it. You know,
Yeah.
but we usually, July we start to get that heat, and then by August we're just like, well, I'm just sweating. That's
yeah,
just the way
it
it
just
goes.
happens.
You just go
It's
sweat.
what
You
happens.
get over that part.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Another thought is, how many in here have actually climbed a 14er?
Oh yeah.
So we've got 3. Okay.
Okay.
We're newbies.
Yeah.
We'll be, hey,
Hey.
in September when she asked that question, we'll be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be going up.
You would have thought I would have learned my lesson the last time I did one, and yet here I am in much,
You should
less
ask how
shape
long
than
ago
before.
that was.
say
Yeah,
you know how
because
long
it makes
ago
a big
that-
difference.
It
So
does.
It's many moons ago.
A few moons.
25.
25 moons. Okay, very good. Any suggestions, feedback?
Yeah.
That's the hope.
Suggestions, feedback from our seasoned climbers?
Don't look like this. That's what I'm telling myself. There had to be some lifestyle changes. The last time I did one, I told people like literally we were taking 10 steps and taking a break,
Yeah.
and I was in significantly better shape at that point. So I'm trying to remind myself, okay, man, you need to get prepared for this.
You got
So,
this. I know you got it.
Like I say, it's hot in summers in Oklahoma. You'll be able to shed some water with it during that
Yes,
time,
exactly.
right? Yeah, definitely.
a perk of camping is too, we get to pack pretty light
Mhm.
up, because we'll have our camp.
Yep.
So at least we're not having to haul all of our gear,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, definitely.
That's for next year's climb.
Eyes are getting big over on the table.
Yeah.
Next year's hike, we haven't even started this
We're
one.
bringing
Yeah.
ropes next year.
And are we gonna need
Can be
helmets
tethered
and
together
gear?
with ice picks and
Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna go climb an ice fall in Antarctica.
I mean, I did recently overcome my fear of heights.
Well, there you
I
go.
actually always wanted to do Denali, so we could just talk about that next time.
Oh. And that out there too, that Denali.
Can we drive there?
I mean, eventually.
You get there
It
somehow.
would take a really long time of driving through Western Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, like, especially with the amount of road, like they literally, you can't just drive straight through. There's like no roads that go through there. It's like driving through the middle of Idaho. You can't drive through the middle of Idaho. It's all government land. There's nothing there. It's just trees. So you want to get somewhere, you have to go all the way around or all the way over the top around it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you remember the mountains that you climbed
Yeah.
before? Names?
I did Quandary, Mount Quandary in Colorado.
In Colorado.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I grew up in Colorado though, so we used to just pal around and do
Yeah,
all
we
that stuff.
spent
with.
part of every summer there.
What are some of the ones that haven't done it before? What are some of the biggest ones you guys have climbed?
Oh,
Or
I've done
done.
part of the CT Trail in Colorado. Eagle Rock Loop in Arkansas is a tough one.
Yeah, I know
It was
that one.
very lots of up and down.
Yeah.
You don't get to. It's not a
Yeah.
not a stroll along the river
Yeah,
bottom.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is a tough one.
That was backpack trip.
Yep. 3-day.
You're really kind of a newbie at this, right? Though.
Yeah, I'm just
You just-
a,
you did-
I'm just a
you've done, like,
runner
marathons,
turned
yeah.
hiker, I guess. I have done hiking, but just casual.
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, you had some endurance.
in
with you, though.
Washington, we hiked over the summer.
Mhm.
I've been living in North Washington and just easy stuff. I usually have my kids with me. They're not going to want a backpack, that's for sure. But
Yeah, definitely. What's your biggest one you've done?
Biggest?
Or like, yeah,
Oh.
you said you haven't done.
She's like Claremore Bike Trail.
No.
Turkey Mountain.
Yeah.
That
That's what I
mountain.
was thinking.
Well, I would say probably the biggest thing was the incline last year
What'd
when
you
we
do?
did that. It's 2,000 feet elevation gain, like 1 mile. So it's like really, some spots I had to like bear crawl up the steps, like really.
Yeah.
And I was still struggling with my fear of heights. So like I would turn around and like sit down and hide behind a bush so I didn't have to see, because I was like, I'm gonna fall down it, and that's all it. But you know, I just got back from Texas and hiked out there, did a lot of elevation gain, and that was pretty solid up because it was not as long. So it was like a 5-mile trail that was like 2,500 feet elevation gain. So that's pretty solid. I just got back from last weekend a trip.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I don't know. I just like to wander
You just
around.
like to wander.
I
You're a
saunter
wanderer.
in the woods a lot.
Yeah, that's
You're a
me
wanderer.
too.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, definitely. Well, you know, I'm gonna sit down with the ones that want to. We're gonna make little videos for you guys to help with the fundraising and things like that. So that's gonna be coming out. We'll get with each of you guys. If you want to do it, we can sit down and really just get to know you a little bit more. Have a little bit more time, so we don't, you know, when you got this many people in a room, it's hard to really get in depth with each one of them in a short amount of time. And so I really would, I'd love to be able to go hiking with some of you guys too, as you guys are training and things like that as well, because I think it would be fun to get to really get to know you guys some more. And that will help me with, you know, sharing those things with people like, man, these people are just, you know, above and beyond. And I'm excited for you guys. I can't wait for the journey that you guys are going to be doing. It's going to be a lot of work, and I think that you guys are going to knock it out of the park. You guys are going to kill it. So, I mean, we'll have all the links and everything in the podcast down below that they can click on. You guys can go fundraise, go share those links. All that stuff will be down below on all that. And I mean, I'm going to tell Claremore and Rogers County and everyone around us, get ready to see a lot of stuff, because we're going to be sharing a bunch. I think we're gonna put it in everybody's face, because we want them to see what you guys are doing. Because not only, you know, is it a good thing what you're doing, but you guys are going to be putting a whole lot of hard work. And I think
it'll
that
raise
needs to be
a
shown.
lot of awareness too, not
Yes.
just for the
So
money
too, that's
portion,
important,
but
yeah.
bring it to light that this
Yeah.
is here,
I think
state of the art
so, too.
facility.
Before I came
Yeah.
over here, I did this podcast last time with Jody. I didn't even realize of all the services that they do here.
That's how it is.
And I've
with
lived here
a
my
lot
whole
of people,
life.
You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I think this will raise a lot of awareness. People will realize really what all happens
Yeah.
here. You know.
Yeah,
And how
definitely.
fortunate we are to have this resource in our community.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I said, we don't. Other places don't get what we have here.
No.
We're very blessed. Like I said, I've talked to kids. They're like, "Oh, I hate it here." Blah blah blah. And you know, I was that way when I was a kid too. I was like, "I don't want to grow up. There's nothing to do here." Well, and as I got older, I realized this is home.
Yeah.
Like I've moved away, and I was up in the mountains. I lived up in Idaho, 15 minutes outside of Yellowstone, and I came back because this is home. The people here, I think that is really what makes it what it is, because you get lots of great people everywhere. I had lots of good friends up there that would do a lot of things for you, but it's not like it is here. You say you need help, and you've got 15 people that are lined up ready to help you, and it's crazy. So I'm just excited for you guys, and if you guys need anything from me, holler at me, because I want to help as much as I can to keep you guys going, and like I said, raise awareness, raise those dollars to help us kind of bridge that gap, and even exceed that, go above and beyond, because it's never bad to have extra money. So guys, I appreciate you taking your time. I know you guys are all busy, very busy people, to come out here and talk about this. Not only that, but for doing this. And I hope the best for you guys. I hope that you guys have so much fun with this. I truly do. But is there anything you want to say before we sign off here, Jody, or anybody else? Is there anything that we left out that you guys are like, yeah, we got to say this? Huh?
I don't know.
Think we
I'm sure
covered it?
there's a lot of
There's
words.
a lot. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of words.
A lot of words. Well, guys, I really do appreciate it. Guys, follow along this journey, because it's going to be an amazing journey. They're going to be working hard. We're going to be posting videos. We're going to be out and about this Saturday. Yeah, because everybody's going to be going, what? Yeah, this Saturday is going to be announced. Nobody knows about it yet. I almost spilt the beans on the podcast.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I was not aware that I wasn't supposed to share it yet. She was like, I was like, oh yeah, sorry, my bad. So it'll be announced Saturday. So by the time this podcast comes out, It'll already be announced. We'll be already pushing it in people's faces. It's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, I appreciate you listening, and that's been another episode of I Never Met a Stranger I Didn't Like.